What's good, everyone? Welcome back to Quick Math. Today we're going to try and work out how much interest we pay when we take out a loan. This is really important for people just leaving school because I really would like to convince you that buying a new car straight out of high school is sometimes not the best decision. So on any major loan that you take out, you're going to have to pay it back in a recurring amount either every week, fortnight or month, right? And this is all agreed upon before you get given the thing you want to buy. So if you buy a car, you'll have to sign a contract at the car dealership. And if you are buying a house, right, all of these terms and conditions are in the mortgage agreement. So we can use this to find out the total amount of money that we pay over the life of the loan. All we've got to do is multiply how much we pay by how many times we pay it, which kind of makes sense. One thing that you really don't want to forget when you're making really large financial decisions is you can't forget the deposit at the start. You're not going to pay interest on this, so paying a higher deposit is a good thing, but you do still pay that money. So we just have to be aware that that goes into our total cost. So we're going to look at an example. The average new car in Australia at the moment is about 40 grand, which is a lot of money. And if you've been working all year 12, you might have saved up 10 grand and gone, yep, this is definitely what I'm going to buy. A pretty standard loan agreement is something like 650 bucks a month, which is only 150-ish dollars a week. So you're like, yeah, I can definitely afford that. I got 10 grand. I'm working now. This is a good idea. But we're going to see over the life of this loan, we end up spending quite a bit more money. So for this example, we take our $650, that's our loan repayment, and then we multiply it by 12. That's what we're going to pay in 1 year, and then we multiply that by 5 because we're doing it every year. So if you type this into your calculator, we spend over the life of our loan $39,000. All right, and you're thinking, hey, that's less money than the 40 grand. But to work out our total cost, we have that amount plus our deposit, which was 10 grand. So plus 10 grand, which is equal to $49,000. So that extra 9,000, right? The value of the car was 40. We've paid 49. That extra 9 grand is just interest. So we're paying that directly to the bank. You're not getting anything for that. That is the bank recouping some of the money for taking on some risk when they gave you the cash. So quite a classic question is to work out how much interest we've had to pay, and then we find out the interest rate on that loan. So we've got our simple interest formula here, and once we throw in all of our unknown variables, we're going to see that this is quite an easy solve. So the interest that we paid was 9,000 bucks straight away, and the principal was the size of the loan. So this one don't include the deposit because we only borrowed 30 grand. The car cost 40. We already paid 10, so we only had to borrow that remaining amount. We're trying to find the rates. We don't know what the rate is, and we know that it took us 5 years to pay off, so our N is going to be 5. Once we throw that into our formula, we've got $9,000 is equal to 30 grand times R times 5. To get R by itself, if you do struggle with that, go have a look at my last video. But R by itself is equal to 9 grand divided by 30 times 5, which is equal to 0.06. To turn this into a percentage, you just times it by 100, but it is 6%. So rearranging those formulas will really help you out, okay? If you can do that in that first step, I think it might make all of these questions a little bit more simple. Hopefully that convinces you that buying a new car straight off the lot is not the way to go when you first leave school. Spending 9 grand, just giving that away isn't the greatest thing. If you can buy a kind of crappier car to start off, I would highly recommend that. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you later.